Hello there. Thanks for joining me. My name is Danny, and today we're going to be making our very own beanbags. From sock to beanbag. You can use them as a fidget. You can use them in a game that you can play by yourself or with other people. And as someone who really enjoys cool socks, now I have another way of using those cool socks. So you're going to need a few things before we get started. You're going to need a sock, preferably one that doesn't have any holes in it so your stuffing doesn't fall out. I have a few here that I'm not sure which one I'm going to use, but you can also use a fuzzy sock if you want to, and if you're using it as a fidget, that might give you another texture that's really nice to play with. And next, you're going to have to choose your stuffing. So there's a few things that I've tried and a few things that I've seen other people try. A few of those things are dried beans. The smaller, the more like squishy your beanbag ends up being. Rice, depending on which rice you use, if it's like long and kind of pointy, it might stick through your sock, so you can double up your sock or maybe find one that's a little more rounded. Unpopped popcorn, in this example here, this one here has unpopped popcorn in it. I just really like the texture and the way that it sounds when you play with it, so I used that one. And even like round beads can be used. If you have something else that's similar, feel free to experiment and try stuff out. Just make sure that whatever you are putting in your beanbag is going to be lightweight, because even small rocks can hurt somebody if your beanbag accidentally hits somebody. Once we have our sock and our stuffing, let's go ahead and get started. So there are a lot of different ways you can make a beanbag, and for this particular example, we're going to take our sock and we're going to turn it inside out. Then we are going to go ahead and knot towards the tail or towards the toe of the sock. And if you're somebody who struggles with making knots, you can go ahead and ask somebody to help you, or this might just be good practice. You can go ahead and just give it a try. It doesn't have to be anything particularly tight knot or anything. But basically, when you're done, you have most of the sock over here with the opening still open, and you have the toe of the sock here with the knot at it. And I've noticed a few things that are good about this. It makes the space that you need to fill up inside your beanbag a lot less, so the amount of stuffing you use is a lot less. And it also kind of makes it so when you're done, your beanbag kind of sits upright like this. You don't necessarily have to. If you don't do this, it might look a little bit more sock shaped, but it's your beanbag, so you can do as you please. Next thing you're going to do, once you've got your knot, you're going to turn it right side out again. So I've got the knot inside the sock there, and then we're going to just kind of sit it upright, and we're going to pour our stuffing into our sock. Oops, and make a little bit of a mess. That's okay. Part of the experience. I'm going to just fill up our sock here with the stuffing, and we're going to make sure that we don't overfill it, because if you start to see that it like bulges and you can see the stuffing through the sides of it, then your beanbag won't last as long, and then when you like squish it, you won't have as much squishability. It'll kind of be a solid beanbag. But again, it's your beanbag, so you can do as you would like. I'm just going to put some of this in there. That looks like it's a good amount. There we go. All right, so here we have my sock here filled with unpopped popcorn, and I'm just going to get it all kind of bunched as down in the bottom as I can, because some of it's kind of sticking to the side. All right, and then when you feel like you have the perfect amount and you feel ready, then it's time to tie the last knot. So I found that it's really helpful to tie the knot kind of around the heel of it, because then it doesn't kind of get that like bulby heel shape. And again, practice those knots, or you can ask someone to help you. It's a little tough when you got all the stuffing in there. And the last part that I want to mention is that you can even make it smell nice if you want to. If you are really into a specific scent, or you know of some smell that makes you calm and relaxed, especially if you're making this as a fidget to help you when you get stressed out, then I encourage you to kind of play around with different smells. You can add like a few drops of an essential oil like lavender or jasmine or something, or if you're like really into fresh laundry, you can even make your beanbag out of a sock that maybe comes out of the dryer, and then after the fact you could even just rub a dryer sheet on it if you wanted to. Just play around with the ways that you can make it smell and the different stuffings you can put in it. All right, and I'm just making sure that I get this knot really well because I don't want to have unpopped popcorn flying around the place. All right, and then with that, you're all done. You have your very own beanbag, and you can go ahead and experiment with the ways to play with them, or you can make up different games that you can play with them. You can experiment with different socks, different stuffings, different smells, and all the different ways you can use them. You can go ahead and check out D&D DIY as well as Target Toss videos for exciting ways so you can use your own beanbags. We're going to have those videos as well. So there are so many possibilities with these, so just have fun, experiment with them, and if you come up with anything, feel free to share it. We're always interested to hear about the wonderful things that you're up to.